that was nice.
Yeah, I worked with Adam McKay once. He would do that. He would just be throwing out, say this now.
Yes, exactly. That's how a lot of the comedians and the comedy directors do it. It's like you got a list of a couple of comedy writers in the background going blah, 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 handing it to the director. Director screams out, maybe try saying this, and then you either say that line or something close to it, and it does create a...
But the point, what I took note is, I once saw Tony Hopkins. We were doing the scene, this was mid-90s or 97 or something. And the scene wasn't working for him. I mean, for me, I thought it was great. But for me, it wasn't working. And he turned around, he turned his back to us all for about 30 seconds and turned back around. And he did it, he just came in, it was just a completely different tone.
All right.
The words were the same, but the tone was different. It was glorious. And I've always made a point since then to like keep trying to mess up the intention of the scene, or right. And that's what I drew from whenever I see the comedy guys like riffing like that. It's always fresh. It's fresh. It's fresh.
Yes, and if you know you're going to get a few shots at it in your head, it frees up so much. Where you go, I can't play with this stuff and come at it with different directions and stuff. When you're on the move and it's pressing, we got to get this shot and get out of there. Then you do sort of make a decision like, I better. Let me give him my A take. or we're gonna end up with something that's not enough energy or whatever. But it is cool with.
Well, maybe it's different because when I get into a drama, it's don't necessarily know the answer again, and again, it's such a subtle. It's about feeling what you feel, what you feel from the scene.
Oh yes, and what the other
and so
person
that
brings
I find
you.
It kind of search and destroy.
Yeah. It's funny. We did a few scenes in Gems where when I'm at home working on it and I'm alone working on it, it's one thing, and then all of a sudden you're with the other actor, you're meeting eyes, you're like, oh man, this is bringing like a whole other feeling up, and it's either working or not, but it is different. You never. That's usually when I feel I did something right where I was there in the moment when you're locking in with somebody.
When you surprise yourself.
Yes, and you let yourself say, okay, well, that was real at least. I don't know if it made 100% sense for the scene, but I was there and I felt what I was supposed to.
Well, that's always my argument, that if it's real for you, it's going to read real, because the camera reads that. And I just wondered how you approach that with comedy. Is it the same? Is it?
Right. I think so. I think you try to make it make sense to the story and your character and whatever you pick, and the realer the better. But it's then there are guys who come at it where they step back from it being real and they do something bananas, and it's funnier than anything you could do. So.
But I would say I see that in some of your other stuff, like they're really irreverent ones like Zohan and stuff.
Right.
But I equate that too to like Will Ferrell, you know.
Yeah. He's incredible at that.
But it's still, there's truth in.
He always looks
what
like
he's
the
making
guy
fun
you know.
of, you know.
Yes.
And there's
He
truth in what
always
you're
looks
making fun of.
in the scene as that guy, as whoever person he's playing. You believe Will Ferrell is in that situation and being put upon or taken over or whatever he does. He is incredible at that.
Well, what I love, but you are too, you guys are making fun of truthful situations. It can get absurd, it can get bananas, but there's truth in it.
Yes, you try.
But all right, back to Uncut Gems.
Yes, okay.
I'm a little obsessed with comedy right now, that's why I'm banging on your door that way.
I love when you, I love that you like that.
But this movie, first of all, hats off, man.
Thank you,
phenomenal.
buddy. I'm so happy you liked it.
I had such anxiety watching it.
Yeah.
It looked like a ball to make.
It was.
Except for the panic scenes. It looked really difficult.
There was some heavy moments, yes, sure. But there was so many people in every scene. It was so rat-tat-tat, everybody going nuts, and it was alive most of the time.
It was alive.
Yeah.
It was noisy, it was chaotic, it was a lot of energy going.
Yes,
like very kinetic.
Yeah, man.
But watching it, oh my God, I was so anxious.
Yeah, right.
Your guy, watching someone, the way they describe an airline disaster is like a series of bad mistakes. It's never like one mistake.
Sure.
And when you watch,
yes,
just